Yes?
I already went in here and there's nothing.
Of course.
Much. NMS suggested Odorisi may still be somewhere in the ruins beneath the arena, along with the essential notes.
Will do.
Yeah. Let all champions pay homage to Isandros. Without him, there would be no glory. Interesting. Let's take a picture of that. I like that statue. Isandros. Being choice of materials for the flooring. And they've all been destroyed.
Poor fools. They were unprepared for this.
They were. Come on, gentlemen. What the heck is this? This may be something. Not sure what. Wow.
On it.
Okay. Interesting. The heck just happened? Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. Let's go back here and just check my audio. How do I sound? Okay, I sound pretty good. Okay. Standing soldiers. Feels like they're gonna potentially come out and attack me. Huh? All that remains of this inscription is Raka the Fortunate. The stone around it is once.
I've got it.
These ornate bronze fixtures appear to be braziers. Suit lines the interior of their metallic petals and spy fresco beneath the filigreed grating. Someone lit these recently, and either means you might do the same. Filigreed. Never even heard of that term. Neither fury here to kindle the flame. Huh. Nothing happens for a moment, and then the brazier ignites in a sudden rush of flames. Cool. Only the bold, the reckless, and the fortunate shall pass safely within.
Well, after you.
Sure.
Quick save real quick, just in case. How do I get burned?
What do you need?
Happy to oblige.
It's like a puzzle. There will be two. Immunity to poison attacks for 30 seconds. Roll with a sunbeam requires 1 arcana. Fans of flames. Burn. How do I cure one of these things? Load this quick save real quick.
On it. Yeah? Right.
Trial of fire. Suppression. Gladiator sword. One-handed fine. 15 to 22 damage. Penetration 6. Attack time 0.7. 15% plus additional damage for accuracy 1 penetration. Scrim and scrim. Loaded blade minus 1 penetration. An ancient technique for balancing defense and offense. Enhances melee damage and deflection when wielding the shield. This is perfecto. Mucho perfecto. Oh, I'm missing some stuff. Damn, what am I missing? To Andratara. This to our friend here. +1 enemies engaged. Just switch these around with this. Do that. Alright.
Huh?
Let's head this way and look for our friend. Let's save again.
Hey, watch out.
Oh boy. Barrels. Blessed harvest. Power. Strong. Buddy, stand right there. Buddy, stand right there. Hey.
Yeah. Careful.
Did I accidentally? Alright. Let's do that real quick. Let's calculate this.
Aye. I shall. Tread cautiously.
Okay, let's not do that, buddy. Do the fireball this way. Myself, let's get here. You, let's get there. Let's get here.
Me and you are about to mix.
Nice.
Rather difficult to
What can I
concentrate.
do you for? I hear you.
Kill these fools. Oh, just wait home.
You might find this interesting.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Fight with the environment. Fight smarter. Not harder, I suppose, is the message here.
Looks like trouble.
Let's go.
Just ransack this fool. Here.
Not to alarm you,
No,
but I'm
easy
slowly
on us.
dying of poison.
Thank you. Plus 5 strong, 18 space. Damage right now is 39 damage. And healing plus 26 coverage. Yeah. Nice. Dexterity. Perception. Intellect.
Glory be to God!
Glory be to God indeed.
Sure.
He is big.
Will do.
He didn't stand a chance. Here, the walls here have collapsed inward, barring any further progress. But all this Adra mined by these individuals. Just empty husks.
Enemies ahead.
Lavaru beyond seek. Lavaru
Yeah.
beyond seek.
Wait, open behavior. Combat behavior. Aggressive. Defensive. Character will actively seek out nearby enemies for combat.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. What is defense? Is this a glitch in the game? Priest is cautious. Interesting. Hold, searing seal, symbol of breath. And restore my intercession. Condensed, restore. Least cautious, heal self. Ally. Ally projection. Okay. Fusion, piece of attribute. Book of Death. Aggressive. Attack as default action.
Happy to. I hear you. What can I do?
Jury.
Could be a fight.
Yes, it is.
Lava will beyond seek.
Take him down.
Okay, let's do a bit of
All thick, Worthen raw.
Lava will beyond seek. Lava will
I'll
beyond
light the
seek.
darkness. Happy to oblige. All right.
I've got it.
freaky deaky stuff are they into? I don't even know. Like some type of ectoplasm. Steady's workspace must be here.
Enemies ahead.
Take him down. Yeah.
Impish bat.
Uluthen.
Sure thing.
Will do.
Doro the Reckless defeated 7 beasts barehanded. Animancer's hat. Palm slats. Why not? Journal entry. It has been a stroke of unimaginable fortune to find an Adra in such pristine condition. The essence is so concentrated here that even from the far side of the corridor, the pillar's light pulses like a star. At times, I almost feel as if I can sense it, like the warmth of sunlight upon the skin. We will need to reinforce the central chamber before attempting further excavations. The ruins are unstable, and to sell us motley workforce of savages and paupers grow more fearful by the day. Ooh, they consider them savages. Alright, so back to it. Let's see what we have. Where was I? Workforce by the day. Alright, with the assistance of a single watcher, we could trace the essence in the primary vein and isolate those deposits worthy of extraction. I've petitioned Director Castell in Nikitaka for such a resource, but I am continually rebuffed. Recent years, the native Hawaiian population have crowded by the arrival of Valian and Ruatayan colonists, traders, and soldiers. It is unthinkable that the Valian Trading Company cannot isolate within the vast borders of its considerable influence a single suitable candidate. Guess you were looking for me, buddy. I must assume that the wretched Ileti woman is hoarding them for her fanciful experiments. Transportation, as if we have time to expend on such frivolity. Take him. Potion of the attuned self, plus defense, plus 8 all defense against body affliction attacks, plus 8 all defense against mind affliction attacks.
On it.
That one of them.
All right.
Yeah. That was it. Guess we keep going this way.
That's Odorisi.
Guess you didn't make it. And there's a big old odd drop.
I've got it.
Frozen mid-stride, this grim figure is turned toward the colossal pillar of Adra that dominates the chamber. The ashen corpse's outstretched hand rests upon the crystal's dual surface. Clutched tightly in the remnants of a fist is a bundle of papers bound together by a leather cord, several more pages scattered on the ground at your feet.
This one's ashen. Means he ain't got no soul for me to tend to, right?
Yes, ma'am. As you pull the paper free, the ashen fingers gripping them slow away, disintegrating into a fine plume of dust. You have gained a quest, Odorisi's notes. Well, at least we got that. The item was put in your stash. Well, we needed minimally these notes. Standing here by the lone figure, you are struck with a feeling of dread. The air around you, the very motes of ash and dust, all of it stagnant and still. The feeling grows worse when you look up at the Adra and sense no energy flowing into its surface. It is as though it has been disconnected from the wheel. Since the wheels just seems to be part of this planet's system of recycling neural energy, right? Because you're technically underground. Not a true afterlife, really. Avatar's Pandora's
You
system.
place your hand against the pillar of luminous Audra. A dim, warm light emanates from the surface, but it feels cool to the touch. Pinpricks dance along your fingers.
Find your soul in him.
You concentrate, peering into the Audra's energy as you would peer into a soul. Its inner light is blinding, but as you become accustomed to it, you perceive the core of the Audra itself, a churning mass of millions of soul fragments. With a jolt, the energy reaches out to you. The Engwithan ruin fragments around you, breaking into incoherent shapes and dissolving to dust, falling into an infinite well of dark gray vapor. Even the ground itself disintegrates into nothingness. All that remains is the murky expanse of the in-between. The Audra pillar, and a skein of golden threads rooted in the pillar that extend far off into the distance.
Interesting. Even the gods cannot reach the in-between, but a watcher can. What does this say about the gods themselves? Like, why can't they peer into it? Can they peer into the beyond, which is after the in-between? Why would they have such limitations, but a watcher doesn't? In this in-between section, is it because he himself is a soul, so he has access to this realm? And does this indicate a stronger being than these so-called gods? Being that a singular being, a singular intelligence that created it all. I don't know.
You focus on the threads. You catch glimpses of memories, your memories, mingled among the memories of thousands of other captive souls. The filaments begin to cohere, rapidly twining into a golden cord. With a muffled crack, the cord ripples outward in a violent wave toward the endless distance.
The filaments begin to, yeah.
The cord undulates over a space so vast that you lose sight of the wave before it finds its end. Then, a heavy creaking, like the sound of mountains shearing under their own weight, washes through the dull gloom of the in-between. A violent force yanks you along the cord at an incredible speed. The murk of the in-between warps erratically, as though you are observing it through an ill-ground lens.
Continue.
Just as quickly as you were pulled forward, you stop. Suspended below a massive figure of ancient carved Audra. Like all Audra, it glimmers with energy, but the souls and memories within it are not flowing down. They churn in a vortex that burns at the heart of the statue's mass in some invisible engine.
Just looking at something on my phone right now.
It is Aethys.
Lord.
The great golden cord terminates in his back, sending pulses of energy throughout his limbs as they move. He walks in long, slow strides toward a brilliant pillar of Audra far in the distance. It shines even more brightly in the in-between than Aethys.
He walks in long, slow strides toward a brilliant pillar of Audra far in the distance. Ooh.
From within the teeming throng of souls, dozens of eyes look out to you. Through the cord, their collective anguish and despair push at the edge of your mind.
Help us! Please! Help us!
Their voices echo in your mind. Somewhere within their ranks, you can feel the presence of your own soul, slumbering deeper in the gyre.
The Gyre. Push past the lost souls to find your own soul. Reach out to the lost souls. Aethys, stop.
You reach out to the lost souls, but the incredible power flowing through Aethys' body repulses you. Not even your Watcher powers can penetrate the massive tides of energy crashing through him. The souls sense your efforts and attempt to breach the surface of Aethys' body, but are instantly pulled back down into the deep well of the statue's heart, as though they were pried from the edge of a great precipice. Aethys' stride slows and stops. His head slowly pivots until its great burning eyes are cast back along the cord. As his gaze meets yours, you feel an overwhelming rush of incredible joy, mingled with profound sadness.
That his
You have
emotions.
sensed similar anguish in lost souls, but never with this intensity.
So is Aethys lost?
Voice drifts into your mind.
It takes great bravery to venture through the in-between, even for a Watcher.
A swell of admiration radiates out from the god's heart, a force so intense that it momentarily overwhelms you.
Takes bravery to venture through the in-between. A well of admiration radiates out from the god's heart, a force so intense that it momentarily overwhelms you.
You do not need to follow me, for their sake or your own. Something beautiful is coming. Something that will save us all.
A great light shines from Aethys' brow, so bright that even the souls within him flinch from the source, cowering in fear.
Save us from what? Are you planning to end death, make us immortal, or are you planning to make sure our souls go to an actual paradise rather than being wiped clean of our memories and destroying who we are and sending us back into bodies as empty carcasses, as empty blank slates, as John Locke put it? I don't know. You tell me.
Through the glare, you see Aethys' massive arm reach up to grasp the golden cord. The tether carrying energy from the Audra pillar to him that also suspends your consciousness.
What does that mean? Give me back my soul. Yeah, what does that mean, buddy?
The sun will yet rise, Watcher. You need only wait for its light to come.
Aethys yanks on the golden cord, pulling it from his back. The cord tears into filaments that blacken and dissolve to dust. Without pause, he turns to resume his stride toward the distant pillar of Audra, shining on the boundless horizon. You hear the souls within him cry out for just a moment, before your consciousness is snapped away from them. The in-between goes dark. For a second, you feel a mix of nausea and a sensation like spinning and falling. Then the moment ends. Your consciousness has returned to the Engwithan arena. The world is sideways, the Audra pillar upside down, You flinch at the feeling that you're standing on the ceiling. The disorientation overwhelms you and you collapse to your knees next to the luminous Audra pillar.
Continue.
Previously dim and flickering, the pillar now glows with a strong and steady light. You touch the Audra again, but the chill and prickling sensations you felt before are gone, replaced with a comforting warmth, like the embers of a fire that has just lost its flame.
When you return to the world, you feel a hand on your back.
You alright? Come on, we just got you back.
Needed to hunt a god. Despite his tone, you can see genuine concern in Edgar's eyes. Locate new quest. The veins of Aora. Locate more pillars of luminous Audra. Just the veins of Aora. So this entire planetary system of Audra. When we die, our energy goes into these things. Sent down into our down, wiped of our memories, and sent right back up into new bodies. When we breed. Despite his tone, you can see genuine concern in Edgar's eyes. It's a very worldly afterlife, ironically enough. Not sure, man, not sure.
Well, if you're not sure, now I'm worried. I've seen you commune with souls of the dead, but this looked altogether different. What happened?
His gaze flickers to the brightly glowing Audra. I saw Eotis and he saw me. Thousands of suffering souls are trapped within Eotis. I was powerless to help them. Eotis turned tail as soon as he saw me. Not so tough now, is he? After seeing the agony that follows in Eotis' wake, I'm more determined to ever to stop him. Typical, just when I'm on the verge of getting some answers from a god, he cuts me off. Let's pick. Thousands of suffering souls trapped within Eotis. I was powerless to help them. I think that answer goes consistently well with my first action in that scene.
I don't believe the god of rebirth wishes souls to suffer. If he's harvesting them, he's got a plan.
Perhaps.
What did Gon say? Is he gonna meet us? What do we do next? He charged you with a divine calling, didn't he? Just like he's done for me.
Aloth tenses his fingers and smiles. Beautiful. He was headed toward another pillar of luminous Audra. Guess this is why I'm captain. He's moving towards luminous Audra. He's after luminous Audra and we're gonna stop him before he gets there. I saw more luminous Audra in his path, but he told me not to follow, that something beautiful is coming.
I wonder if he said the same thing to people in Raid Ceres 20 years ago.
Maybe. Raid Ceres. Deerwood's neighbor to the north. Raid Ceres is a nation firmly rooted in its Eothasian faith, a fervor that took hold during the events of the Saints' War and remains even after the apparent death of Eothas.
I wonder what he's after, and why he's been giving me these dreams. The things I've seen, they leave a mark on your soul.
She rubs her arms despite the balmy air.
I may not know what Gon's got planned for me, but clearly he wanted me to meet you.
Aloth nods, a quiet smile edged across his lips. Okay then. Let's get rid of his body. Then return to Governor Claudio. Buddy? There you go. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna return to Governor Gladio and inform him. What the heck is that? Mushroom? To inform Clario of his disastrous. Ooh, what the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4. As the souls move past you, some turn their heads in your direction, but most seem fixated below you. On the Audra pillar beneath your feet, a few nod their heads in thanks or raise a hand to acknowledge your presence.
What do you see that I can't, Watcher?
Plenty of things. Souls, dozens of them, maybe hundreds. They're all going to the Adra pillar. Oh, nothing. I just saved countless souls by re-illuminating the Adra pillar. Thank the gods, the island's lost souls are finally heading to the Adra pillar.
All of them? Really?
He strokes the cage of her lantern, appearing lost in thought. A small group of souls has shattered to cluster around you. One of them is standing a bit closer than the others and gestures for your attention.
Watcher, we'd like to come with you.
Dead sailor. Cortho, why don't you just go to the Adra pillar? I don't need a bunch of souls falling around. Get out of here. Why don't you just go to the Adra pillar?
We would, and we appreciate that you showed us the way, but what if the Adra goes dark again before we reach the beyond?
The other souls shuffle anxiously and look at each other, then back at you. Very well, follow me.
Can I harvest the souls now?
Elo flashes a quick, pleased glance. What is going on here, Elo? Yes, of course.
Thank you for aiding my mission, Watcher. I just knew you'd help me if I followed you.
Elo, you creep. Shodi slides her hands in a serious motion that resembles martial art or an intricate dance. As she slides a circle around the area, she begins swinging her lantern faster and farther from her body until an ephemeral light flares from inside. The lure is answered as several souls change course, drifting past the lantern's cage to disappear.
Thank you, Watcher.
You're welcome. Reaching the beyond. So, like, if you die, is reincarnation only an option? Do you have an option to go to the beyond? Like, is the beyond like heaven?
What can I do you for?
Or it's just you reincarnating?
I hear you.
Crafting. What do we got? Ooh. Some scrolls, a thrust, a tattered veil. A quick strike of crushing force deals little damage but has a high chance to absorb enemy spell cast tools. Forms a powerful sword with a blade of pure fire in the reader's hands that inflicts the burn damage. Switching to another weapon ends the spell. With a ball of energy in the reader's hand, they can be thrown at an enemy. Causes burning, freezing, corrosing, or shock damage to anyone caught in the area of effect. Blast enemies are flashed until the spell ends. When you use it as long as 3 voyages for it has a soothing effect. Sweet. Why the hell not?
All right.
Okay, we're gonna head to Claudio. We'll get more Pillars of Ardra. This is just a continuous quest. The Banes of Aeota. And this, kids, is why it's called Pillars of Eternity. Let's get out of here.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I swear this game used to have a fast run option. That it right there. Alright, we're back to the world map. Let's never really explored here or the old battleground. The others I have basically explored. Port Mage. There's a whole day to walk there. Look at that tiny little island. Here. Yes, sir. Governor Gladio's estate. Yeah, that's the symbol for Port Mage. Governor Gladio. Quick save real quick.
What can I do for you?
I have information about your Digsite.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
Belfetto, well done. Belfetto, well done. I saw the same destruction Aeotis wreaked on Kaid Noah. Odorissi is dead along with most of your animancers. I'm sorry, some of your animals have made it, but I'm afraid Odorissi was killed when Aeotis arrived. Aeotis killed everyone there. I have to... Okay, let's put this fresh one. I like it better. Mentions my base. And the death of Odorissi and some of the animancers. And the fact that his...
Nothing of his research?
And the fact that his research was, you know, basically destroyed. Well, his operation. Oh, God. Give him a note, I found these. I don't know what
You did. Gods be kind.
Clio takes a bundle of notes from you with barely restrained urgency. But in moments he is flipping through the pages, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Claria lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up at you with a toothy grin. Grin he hides soon after beneath the coffin, a look of some regret.
That is, Odorissi's legacy is not wholly lost.
I'm sure.
I like to believe
it has nothing to do with money.
Find that pleasing.
I'm sure he would. He folds the papers once again, and he sets his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Aeotis, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
Sailing to distant places and fighting monsters is what I do. Explorer. Survival +1 diplomacy +1 history. You find the siren call of Horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next hill or wave, and you've built your life around finding out. This is the god of light we're talking about. I don't have a choice.
It is a strange obligation you are under. I understand a little of that. Lucky for you. If I were a more sensible man, I would take this for fable and turn you away.
I need your help. Aeotis is looking for Ardra Pillars, the one in the arena. I think Aeotis is after Ardra Pillars. Interesting. This is intellect. Sweet.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire.
Feeling space of curse.
Ardra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valiant Trading Company. the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries.
Interesting. The Royal Deadfire Company.
You'll want to go to Nekataka. Queen Onekaza II rules there at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first. The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Then that's where I'm going next. Who are the Kahanga?
The most powerful tribe in the region, now that Onekaza II has united a host of them under her rule. Ikawa would disagree, but then Ikawa contents herself with a spit of land and a handful of followers.
You promised to help me, buddy.
I have not forgotten. We will get you to Nekataka, and for that, you need your ship. I'll arrange it with Ikawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Thanks for your help.
Buon piacco. It is only right. After all you have done for me.
My pleasure. Buon
I won't
piacco.
keep you further. You have a long and very
Buon
strange journey
piacco.
ahead.
Buon piacco. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Some advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valian Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Nekataka, and the company always appreciates a good head.
Sweet. Turn to the beach. Both of these quests. And seek their fortunes in luminous Adra. If anyone knows where the large pillars might be found, it's likely to be there. Claudio has arranged for a team of workers to haul my ship back out to sea. Once I'm ready to leave the island, I shall meet people by the beach by the Defiant. I love the name Defiant. Intimidate history. A young field of knowledge, metaphysics, still the immensely ultra, the real and the in-between and the beyond. Let's go with that. Barbarian becomes able to charge with reckless abandon, getting a nimble inspiration of those. Do it. Stealth. Specialized strength increases character's action speed while using each hand. Combat. Gain concentration at the start of each combat. Plus 10. Well, the world defense opposes attacks that are mentally based. The Barbarian makes a courageous stand against all attackers, grants a melee damage bonus when the Barbarian is near 2 or 3. The Barbarian requires additional threatening. Requires an additional threatening enemy to become flanked. All attacks made against near-death enemies. Increase the character's reflex defense. Increase the character's fortitude defense. This defensive class. There is the internal physical systems character. The reflex defense allows characters to dodge out of the way of physically harmful AoE attacks, explosions, bolts of lightning. 20% of hits converted to crits with weapons against 10% crit damage weapons against. Which one do I want? Defense. I want to get this and this and this. So we got that. We're gonna get Eder now. Let's see, buddy. Explosives. Go again. Discipline strikes upgraded from Discipline Barrage. The fighter intensely focuses on their training, gaining their inspiration for a short time. %50% of grazes converted to hits. Hits converted to crits. Done. Tactical Barrage. Fighter intensely focus on the training, getting the aware inspiration for a short time. Inspiration is like a selection of groups of effects that apply to characters. Each inspiration is characterized by an attribute such as might or dexterity. Inspiration counter and grant immunity to any and all afflictions of the corresponding attribute. E.g., the smart inspiration cancels or removes the confused. Powerful attack. This fighter strikes their target with devastating force, gaining significant additional penetration during the attack. Charged by the rush battle, the fighter will continue to gain health at a moderate rate. This character's reflex defense, will defense. Grants the fighter in one additional engagement. Engagement can be acquired from spells, abilities, talents, or by wearing a shield. Engagement occurs anytime a character attacks an enemy with a melee weapon at close range. As soon as the attacker gets close enough, he or she will engage. When the character is first engaged, he or she will stop moving. The character is free to move around their engager, but moving away will provoke disengagement. If characters break engagement, there is a limited amount of time before that enemy may re-engage them. Interesting. Definitely want this. Discipline Barrage. Aware Inspiration. Aware characters have plus back perception and 50% grace to hit. Discipline Strikes. Discipline Barrage. For now. Warashi. Alchemy. Hey. Thus is allies with the Veda. Lead a sympathetic soul risking healing from near death. The snake's reflex is Bull's Will. Mark. Nagging down in the face of unbreakable faith consumes enemies in area of effect, lowering their melee accuracy and varying their critical hits. Young allies in battle, granting them the aware inspiration. Insightful inspiration allies in the area of fact. Like a fiction. By perception. Command a single enemy to halt, causing them to temporarily prolong movement. Translate your allies more inspiration. Generate a magical seal that explodes in a burst of electrical charge when an enemy comes in contact with it. Suppression. Pillars of Faith. This might be interesting. History. Increase that. explosives, Arcana. Let's go with that. Additional weapon set. Fortitude. Will. Summons fireballs. Caster draws upon their life force to gain the swift inspiration. Bears the enemy's combat vulnerabilities to throw out the sea, dropping to them. Ghost Blaze causes field of earthly blaze of existence liquidity. Granting them the fit inspiration, creates a magical shield around the casters, infusing them with the bonus to burn. There's so much to choose from. Allows the wizard to smash an enemy with a grimoire and just bizarre and perplexing visual distraction. Creates a duplicate of the caster. All about infusing them. Risk delay of motion. Caster's face becomes an image mask of rotting and sacrifices flesh, or other images on speak of heart. Causes the caster to appear, visually displacing because the affliction effects. Creates a nullifying field of antagonistic magical energy around the chosen point to bring all beneficial effects on enemies in the area of effect. Interesting. An array of fire creates a scorching stream of flame between the caster and target. Noctis burst. On-combat fast mode. Hit F. Oh, okay. That's how it go in fast mode. Okay. Alright, so next we're going to head to the beach, but before we get there, I want to head to that last forest and fortress battlefield area. See what we can grab. Let's head out. Boom, 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 boom. Let's all run like fools. Looking like a fool here. Dash. Iron Thunder demonstrates numerous advancements in cannon construction. The gun boasts superior range and firepower to those of similar deer wooden weapons. Its ammunition, while heavier, is not overly cumbersome for gunnery crews. Its versatility and reliability made the Iron Thunder plus 5 travel speed, plus 5 combat speed. Version written by Ruatai, the Cotton Weave. Here, wooden hognose, Valiant hull breaker. Damage 4 to 7, 6 to 9, 50. Ideal range 152. Favored by wealthy merchants and smugglers, these cannons are designed to prevent boarding, while at long range, if a cannons is at a disadvantage. At close range, the hull breaker is without equal. Some of the most human captains have been known to tuck tail and flee after taking a single broadside from these devastating. Interesting. Ship items, Iron Thunderer. We got that. Leave town. Check out this area. Thick woodland spread to the east of Port Marsh, following your travel. Birds flitter above you, insects are drone incessantly. The path eventually gives way to a game trail, then to no path at all. You find a curiously marked tree, the bark gashed away in pattern. The serrations seem to Success. Wild boar did this. It taps the tree. Look at this. The sigil has been lightly carved into the wood, so a faint is almost imperceptible. You press forward carefully into the forest. Your clothes damp with the humidity and the water dripping from the trees above. Quiet rustling in the underbrush draws your attention northward, deeper into the forest, hiding the undergrowth. You duck suddenly behind a log and still hear breathing. Waters making the sound draws nearer. Through a gap in the foliage, you make out a tall island. Oh ma, standing among a small sounder of wild boars. Matted copper hair hangs over his features, and boar eyes drape his frame. Despite his presence, the swine seemed entirely at ease. Greetings. The staff raises ready to strike. Eureka! And who are you? For what are you here? The one language thickens his accent. by fighting him? I was trying to introduce myself. Ooh. Header perks up at the side of the boars, alternatively imitating the grunts and chuckling. Only at length, what appears to be a heel-dragging afterthought does his attention at last turn to the strange man in their midst. Dirt darkens the folds of the man's skin, his lips curled over jagged teeth. He waves his stick at you. His attention focuses on your features. Deadfire logo marks the eastern edge of the known world, dominantly populated by the island of Oama.
You lived among these islands once. I see it on your spirit.
As Adrian is halting, the language thick in his mouth, lip curls, oh boy.
Yet you stink of foreign gold, of masonry, gunpowder, and blood, of death. You should go. Leave this place before your corruption spreads.
Bluff. I came here looking for you. The people in the coast said you could help.
They always think they know better than this kith in this wood. Then when they need help, they always go ask me.
Cody puffs out a heated breath.
You go. Speak quickly then. Your words disturb this place.
Is there anything you can do to help me on my journey?
Then you think the Juan are here to serve you? Akara, they are not. I say always those who come to these islands, they want to take, only ever to take. Learning. The boar teach much about survival if one listens, if one watches. So sing. So say those who know.
Oh, who would that be?
This question helps neither of us, I say.
Feels like you're speaking of Galawain.
Always you foreign sorts speak of your changing god. I say you know nothing of change, and less of the hunt.
So I just want to pass through this forest, bro.
No, your sort always want. This forest is not yours. This land is not yours. Go, leave.
That's hilarious. I'm hunting a god. If I fail, your islands will not be spared his wrath. The man frowns and pulls a leather-wrapped pouch from within his palm. His hands shaking, he hands it to you. You've gained an item. Wise teeth necklace. Gold wisdom +1 intellect +1 history +1 insight. Then I must put into your stash.
Then go, take this. They protect you if you speak true. They tear out your throat if no.
He dismisses you with a wave. Yeesh. That. Interesting. He's sick and tired of these Westerners. There's the location. 2 scrolls of thrust tattered veils. Staff. Bring a minor deflection. You get an item 16 Azalea shell. The leather string of exactly 5 Asata shells. Grazie. The forest is gone. Okay then. We're gonna head back down to Villaros Rest and to our ship next time. Subscribe, comment, leave a like, folks.